What's up, everybody? It's Danny Green here, back with more Inside the Green Room. And a couple of my former teammates having war of words, beefing a little bit. Before we get into that, let's talk about what my current teammates are doing this past week with the Memphis Grizzlies. H, what you got for us?
Yeah, Danny, it was fun being in New York City for that game. I felt their energy outside MSG. I was not actually in MSG, the actual arena. I was in the MSG studios working for a betcast. But nonetheless, it was fun to watch the game. Ja put on an absolute show. Want to get to that. I know you've enjoyed your time here in New York while you've been here. And I want to get to maybe the Doc Rivers rule that was applied to you while you've been here. We'll get to that later in the show. We want to talk about your upcoming matchup with the Sixers as well this week too. We'll get to all that for sure.
Okay. But for a second there, I thought you didn't have a ticket. That's why you weren't. I was gonna say, why didn't you let me know? But yes, the arena was rocking. There was a lot of energy, and I have enjoyed my time in New York. I've enjoyed watching Ja from the sidelines, but I'm very antsy getting out on the floor sometime soon. But the Knicks, MSG, they had it rocking, man. It was a good atmosphere. I feel like New York is kind of back to where it once was at the point when they had, Melo, Linsanity, even before that when they had Raymond Felton, Amari Stoudemire.
Knicks tape era.
Hey, they was rocking in there, and they're playing, they're balling, they're competing, and I think they're going to be a playoff team this year.
Yeah, I want to talk about also Jalen Brunson, what he means for the New York Knicks with you, and what that also means for Luka Doncic. I have my MVP take. We'll save that for later in the show. But yeah, you talked about it, DG. There is an energy in Madison Square Garden, especially right now with RJ Barrett being extended or getting that rookie max extension. They brought in Jalen Brunson. Expectations are a bit higher than they have been in the past couple of years. Ja comes into the Garden. He does amazing things, get us a triple-double. And for people who don't go to Madison Square Garden, haven't been there before, can you explain why people like you guys, like NBA players, love playing in the Garden? Why did having a triple-double at the Garden mean a lot for Ja Morant? I think his dad wanted it. I think his dad said he wanted an autograph from him after the game or something like that. Because
TV wilding sometimes, but it was a hell of a game, a hell of a night, hell of an atmosphere because it's a historic building, and the Knicks, regardless of how bad they are or how good they are, or how bad of a season they're having, they're always going to be a historic team, and everybody wants to play in that building, have a great game, and beat the Knicks, regardless if they're good, bad, or not, because they're just one of those teams that are known to be a top city team, a team that's always spoken about in the media, regardless of if it's good or bad. But yeah, I said for Ja, he always can score double digits. The hardest part for him, getting the assists and rebounds. But because they're guarding him such a different way, he had to dish out more early on in the game. He had to take his time, pick his spots, and he's had 2 and 3 guys contesting his shots and layups at the rim. So, if a couple of times he might have had a couple turnovers or a couple bad, shots, but he realized, at the beginning of this game, it's not going to be about me. They're not obviously trying to take away from me, and I have to get my teammates involved. And he did that. And he got 9 assists pretty early before he got into the fourth. He had about 9 assists or early in the third. But yeah, he was playing his game, was in a good rhythm. And then finally, toward the end of the fourth quarter, he made some big clutch plays, did what he does, what superstars are supposed to do. And him, as well as many other guys, made big shots and took us home.
So you've played with Bron, you've played with Joel, you've played with Ja, you played with James Harden, you played with Kawhi. Maybe Kawhi's a little bit different from those guys. You played with AD. Was there a noticeable difference when you were suiting up and you're like, oh, we're getting ready to play at Madison Square Garden? Like, was there was a difference in the approach, the demeanor, like anything that triggered like, oh, this game is different?
Man, everybody's swag is different when they step on that floor. And I think it has a lot to do with who's courtside. Just like when you're in LA, you see the stars come courtside, you see, them talking smack. Some certain fighters, Floyd was there, Ben Stiller was there. And of course, our main man with the glasses is always there. You know who I'm talking about.
Big Spike Lee.
There you go. He's pretty much the mayor of the building. He's always front row. He's always yelling, talking his trash. And we have our guys, in our buildings, above some of the teammates, boys, they talk trash to the opponent teams. They weren't able to get any courtside, but T was there. Morant, Ja's father. He does what he does, talking his trash a little bit. But, just that atmosphere, our owner was there. It was a good chance to meet him. Robert Parra, I got a chance to shake his hand, say hello. But you could see the atmosphere and the people that are sidelined, the energy is different. It's a lot of fun to play in front of those people and people that are talking trash. And Knicks fans are that energy is that type of people that talk a lot of trash. They'll boo you, they get rowdy, they get loud, respectfully, sometimes disrespectfully. But, you have a lot of fun in that building because, that's the type of energy you grew up playing in, the type of energy you live for. And that's the type of buildings that you grew up watching it and want to play in.
Yeah, for sure. No, there's nothing like the energy in MSG. So yeah, it was a good time, I'm sure. I wonder too, and we'll get to your rehab in a moment. Has there been a certain game so far this season where I'm sure there's been every game, but has there been a specific game or a specific moment where you were like, damn, I wish I was out there on the floor? Was there like a dunk, a three, a rally, like a momentum play? They like, yo, I wish I could hit that corner three or threw that lob or got that steal, whatever.
I mean, they're all fun. There's a bunch of games where it's like, I wish I could be out there. Obviously, the games where we're having fun and winning big. We played New Orleans. I think that was the best we shot all season. And everybody got a chance to play, big minutes and put up some good numbers. Those are always fun games. We're throwing a lot of lobs. But there's also, I think the biggest games are the ones that you're struggling. It's like, all right, when we can't find shooting tonight, it could have been New Orleans in New Orleans. It's like, all right, we need another wing defender, another bigger body. We're just too small right now. We're playing against Boston. We're playing Boston at home. And they got so many threats, so many weapons. They're playing good. It's like, this game's going down to wires, going down the stretch. And they put on a good, hard fight. We did as much as we could. And, those guys are defending, not champions, but defending finals team, defending Eastern Conference champions. And that's a great ball club. It's hard to beat them. So I'm just watching those type of games like, man, I wish I could be out there to help them. Also, I wish I could be out there to have that type of fun when we are winning big or playing well. But I think the ones I look forward to are the challenging ones, the most competitive ones, where you're playing the top teams in the league, whether it's top team in the East, top team in the West, but the best teams. And Boston was one of those teams.
Yeah, I like what Boston has going on right now. They are absolutely balling. Don't want to talk about Boston too much. But again, you have been somewhat fortunate. You get to spend back-to-back weekends in New York during the holiday season. You won't be here. I think the Christmas tree is up in New York City now in Rockefeller Center. I don't think you're not a tourist, so you're not going to go check it out. But it did make me. But it did make me think. What has been the most memorable or one of the most distinct memories of you being with a team during the holiday season? I'm sure you guys do Secret Santa or a Christmas party. I don't know what you guys do. But do you have what are you guys doing? What are you guys doing this year? Do you know yet? And if you could roll back the clock for me and pick out a memory that stands out.
For sure. I love the holidays, especially Christmas is one of the best times of year. And if you're playing on Christmas, even better. I've been fortunate enough to play on Christmas a couple times, and sometimes we didn't get Christmas games, whether it was our city or market wasn't big enough or our team they didn't think was good enough. I know in Philly, I feel like a lot of guys, a lot of people there felt disrespected because we were a top team at one point and we were top seed. We didn't get a Christmas game. But they do give you some good gifts on Christmas, and playing on that type of platform on Christmas is always a lot of fun. On the road, it's a little tougher, but we'll bring our family. I think this year we'll be in the Bay. We'll get a chance to be there for a couple of days, so we'll bring our families out and enjoy it. And yes, I've never been to Rockefeller. I think anybody goes to see the tree.
You're from New York, you can't go.
You're from New York, you don't do the.
Can't go.
I feel like that's something we need to do at some point. See the Statue of Liberty, go to the Rockefeller, like the things that most tourists do, we never do. But my most fond memories of Christmas Day games and Christmas Day events, when I was a kid, there's certain presents I remember, but as an NBA player, there's some good ones and there's some bad ones. And I think this year I talked to them about it. We do a Secret Santa situation where you can trade gifts. I don't know if you've heard this before or not. I forget what it's called, but ultimately the vets get to pick last. The rookies pick first. And they pick a gift that it's called, I think that's what it is. Jed just timed it, calls white elephant. That's what it's called.
Okay.
And the rookies go first, some of the vets go last, and a gift can only be traded twice, I believe. So they pick a gift. If it's good, cool. Next person goes. If they pick their gift, they don't like it, they can trade up to the person in front of them who picked before them. And that gift can only be traded twice. Once it's traded a second time, the person who owns that gift gets to keep it. We did that once in Philly, but other times we've done just random Secret Santa, you get a name, you hand it to them, or put in their locker, exchange it, or put it in front of the team. I've seen some extreme ones that I can't mention, and I've seen some really good ones, and some that I've got. I got a little tandem bike, which was kind of funny. But I do remember one Christmas Eve. This wasn't, I wouldn't say a bad memory, but this is one of my rookie hazing memories. And I don't know if he remembers this, but one of the teammates that I described or discussed earlier that's beefing with another teammate, Shaquille O'Neal, he's known for knowing some creative ways to haze rookies. And this one wasn't bad, but it was a day where I was going to get a waffle, right? As a rookie, you're waiting for, you go last to get your food, right? We're there for breakfast meeting because we're playing Christmas days. Cleveland, Bron versus Kobe. We're in LA, Lakers. Shaq's coming back to old home. His family there, kids there, whatever. I may be getting the details a little wrong, but this is how I remember it.
Okay.
So I'm last to go. I go get my waffle made. There's a little waffle maker there. Guy makes it for you, eggs and stuff. I take it out. I cut up my waffle, I put butter on it, I put syrup all over it. And as I'm about to bite into it, take the juiciest bite, I already waited that long. I had to probably do a workout or something and be up all hours, because a rookie, when you're not playing, you're doing team assistant stuff as well. Like you're getting shoes, bags, handing out this, getting charges, paying for that, donuts, and working out at the same time, working out with everybody. So by the time you get a chance to sit down and eat, you just want to be peaceful and be left alone. As I was picking up this piece of waffle to bite it, Shaq grabs my plate right from underneath my face and takes that waffle and goes, "Yeah, I'm taking this one with me, big fella. Sorry, Rook." And walks off real smooth with my waffle. And I'm not the type to get mad over just anything. I just let things go. But I think that moment, I was really upset about it. And I was like, I gotta wait for another waffle. And I think he knew that I was upset and tried to hand me like some pancakes. Like, here's some pancakes. Take these. I'm like, no, I don't want pancakes. I want this fucking waffle.
You barked back.
Not really, but I was like, kind of like, I'm just gonna wait for another waffle, man. But I'm like, in my head, I'm like, no, I don't want these pancakes. I want fucking waffles. I just waited for 30. So I had to go wait in line for another waffle for it to be cooked. And, it takes, I guess, 10 minutes or so. Butter it up and put some more syrup on it. But I was extremely, I wouldn't say upset. I was a little agitated at the moment, that early in the morning.
You got hangry.
I was about to bite into my waffle, and the rookie mode comes right in. He's all right, sorry, Rook. I eat before you, or I eat whatever's yours is not yours. It's mine right now. And he took my waffle. So that was one memory I do. But it was a great game. We won the game. I think we won big too. I think they kind of booed us there. Who knows? They probably thrown some stuff on the floor. I don't know. But Cleveland days of Cole playing against Bron and Shaq, I think we could look up the highlights of that game. But it was a good game and a good win as my first Christmas experience, which was a good one on the floor. But off the floor before the game, it was a little rough.
So Shaq Debo'd you for your breakfast. That's
Debo'd me for my waffle, man. I'll never forget it. Now, every time I get a waffle, I'm not a rookie anymore, but I take cover and I make sure there's nobody walking around trying to steal my waffle or my pancakes.
Got PTSD from the experience.
Yeah.
Speaking of one Shaquille O'Neal, he was kind of out of pocket recently with a comment, or at least some might say. We talk about Shaq and Dwight Howard, two of Danny's former teammates, not seeing eye to eye. We'll talk about that in just a moment right here on Inside the Green Room. Back like we left our car keys. Harrison Sanford, Danny Green. This is Inside the Green Room. You know where to find us on social media. And if you've been using social media, you're probably aware of the beef that's going on between Dwight Howard and Shaq. And Danny, if you don't know, I'm going to give you a quick update. For those who are listening or watching who don't know, quick update. Dwight Howard has signed a contract to play in Taiwan. He has been balling out there. But one Shaquille O'Neal, not really too pleased or too impressed by what he has done. In his debut, he had 30 plus points, 20 plus rebounds. And Shaq said on his podcast, that's what he should be doing against dudes that are 5'8" or so, and equated the league that Dwight is playing in to a lifetime fitness league. Now, Danny, there's a multitude of things that we can get to with this one. I'm not going to knock Dwight for going out there and getting his coin and enjoying playing basketball professionally and getting paid to do it in another country. It's not a bad life to live. So I can't knock Dwight for that. But then Dwight responded to Shaq's comments saying he should stop hating. He's too big to be hating, XYZ, XYZ. But then I would tell Dwight, hey, Dwight, you know Shaquille O'Neal is in the media. And you know, like, he's not just paid to give his analysis, he's also paid to be an entertainer. Like,
give an opinion.
There's the X and O's, and then there's the humor. There's the entertainment portion of it. And so but Dwight, you know Dwight, he probably has a large amount of, how would I say this? I wouldn't say animosity, but maybe you could correct me if I'm wrong, disappointment in how Shaquille has embraced his presence in professional basketball. I'm curious, your discussions with Dwight, his feelings towards Shaq, why can't the big fellas have one big group hug, my friend?
Oh man, I'm with you. I'm sure he is, because he looked up to Shaq as a youngin, and all he wanted to do was be like Shaq. That's why he had the Superman thing going. I don't think it was disrespect. I think Shaq, took it as disrespect to him trying to think he's better than me or replace me type thing. We all know Shaq was the most dominant, but yeah, like you said, it's part of his job to have an opinion. It's part of his job to entertain, to speak on every aspect. We're in the media. We have to speak on things. There's things that I might not want to talk about, but we have to touch on. If it feels like, oh, we're harping on this, but this is what's in the media. This is what is a big discussion. We have to talk about it, give an opinion, discuss it. And Shaq has to talk about, things that are going viral, things that are happening. Dwight is playing well. He's playing professionally. He's having fun. I think I'm happy for him. I'm happy that he's able to do what he's always wanted to do. I feel like he was wanting to do this in NBA. He's able to do it over there, also get paid and play professionally, and hopefully come back and play for an NBA team, because he's definitely capable of doing so. But yes, his disappointment he has expressed, and other big men, have expressed it over the years of their relationship with Shaq. I think they would have loved to have been, brothers, loved to have been close and been mentored by him and accepted. But they didn't get that. So, Shaq has his old school ways of how he does things. And there was a time where I thought they were cool. They had squashed the beef and everything was smooth. But it seems like it always reverts back somehow to where, and maybe it's just because certain topics come up and there's discussions of what's happening in the news. And just so happened Dwight's in the news. And for some reason, Shaq, he's an all-star. He's a superstar. He's the most dominant. So for him to give somebody a compliment, you have to be doing something really great. So if you're not getting that type of, or you're not doing something impressive to him, he's going to give his opinion, and it might be criticism. It may be something, I wouldn't say negative. It may not be great, opinion. It may not be something that's impressed to him. So, and of course, if he holds you in a high regard and the standard of where he's at, he's going to hold you in the same regard that he holds himself, which is, you should be doing this, you should be doing that. And of course, it looks like negativity, it looks like criticism, it looks like hating. But I think he's just given his opinion of, I think he does see Dwight as one of the greats, and that he should be and could be, as we all agree, playing in the NBA. And he could be doing a lot of those things in the NBA. But, he wants to have fun. He wanted to play. He don't want to sit at home anymore. And, he's doing it his way. He's playing another professional league, and you can't knock him for that. So I'm happy for him that he's having fun over there and staying in shape and still playing after 18 years or however long it's been. And he's enjoying it. He loves the game of basketball, because he doesn't need the money. He just wants to go over there and he wants to hoop. That's all Dwight's about. He's very passionate about the game of basketball, and he's staying in shape.
Yeah, for sure. Nah, it's good for Dwight. Hey, as long as you can keep hooping. Wherever you get the dollars from to hoop, go get the dollars, because you can only play for so long. So not mad about that. And then the Shaq thing is just, Shaq is going to Shaq. That's it. Shaq is going to Shaq. Charles Barkley is going to Charles Barkley. Like, there's just certain guys, you got to live with it. You can't take these things too emotionally. So
can't take it to heart, man.
Cannot take it to heart for sure. Speaking of former big men, I know Shaq has always been critical of Joel Embiid. You've seen Joel, obviously you played with Joel Embiid. And it makes me, and obviously I can't not think of the injury that took place between when Joel Embiid hit the floor and it fell into you. An injury update I'm looking for, one, but two, I don't know if we've ever discussed this on air before, but your discussions, have you had any recent discussions with Joel Embiid as it pertains to your injury, your rehab, things of that nature?
He checks in every once in a while. We haven't spoken as of recent, but he'll tap in. He'll randomly FaceTime or text and say say what's up, how's things going, etc. I know he had a recent injury. I probably should check on him, James, and Tyrese, all foot injuries, I believe. But they've been balling. Shake has been balling. Furkan's been balling. Melt has been balling. All the guys over there. Tobias has been hooping. It's exciting to see, and I'm happy to see some of those guys get an opportunity to play. But he has not tapped in as of late, but he has in the past. The injury is going well. I think our last update is probably similar. Things are going really smooth. Knee is getting stronger, quad, legs, everything, all the muscles around it. I think we're just working on the brakes right now. We're able to run. We're able to run at pretty higher speeds now. We just got to work on stopping, change direction. But we're on a good pace. As I said, I don't like to jinx it, but hopefully in a couple months, you'll see more of me, not just behind the camera and on the bench, but hopefully on the floor and in a uniform. But yeah, things are going well. Running, jumping, stopping, single leg stuff, trying to get, that back and just getting the confidence. You have to mentally train yourself how to run the right way, jump the right way, or get the confidence enough to know that your leg is strong enough to do these things that it once was able to do before. So it just takes repetition of that and not being worried or scared to do some of those things. It's going to take some time, but I think, this next month for me is going to be hopefully the bigger jump for me to be able to get into a place where I can get into playing some 3-on-3, 4-on-4, 5-on-5 type situations.
Yep. Looking forward to that. One of Joel's teammates is PJ Tucker. And then also as well, another former teammate of yours as well, who you're also going to see this week, is Kyle Lowry. You'll see them on Monday. And so it made me think, Danny, so you got PJ Tucker, 37 years old, signed a 3-year deal. Got Kyle Lowry, who signed that deal with the Miami Heat a couple of off seasons ago.
At 36, he signed it.
Yeah. And I would say so far, if you looked at how the Sixers are performing defensively, PJ Tucker, it's so far so good. Philadelphia 76ers fan will probably say he hasn't scored as much as maybe they would like, but we all know PJ Tucker's game. And Kyle Lowry, even though he didn't have a great playoffs last year, I mean, they were one shot away from going to the NBA Finals. So I think Pat Riley would say so far so good. I wonder, are you tracking guys who are who got recent contracts at that age? Because obviously you're about to be in that same range, and kind of say, hey, like, if I was you, I'm like, hey, PJ, I would love for you to average 15 points a game. let everybody know that just because age is nothing but a number.
For sure.
As it pertains to basketball, obviously at a certain age, nobody's going to be who they were anymore. But if you get good performances from guys in your same age range,
it'll prove that those guys can still do it at that age, and it was worth paying those guys. So yes, I won't say I track the ages mostly. I track probably my position, and I guess by nature you do position and kind of sort of your age. So Kyle Lowry is not a guy that I probably wouldn't track, but I track him just because he's a friend of mine. I want to see how well he's doing. I know he's playing a lot better. He's been healthy more than anybody this year, and trying to help them fight through battles of injuries and win games when they're shorthanded. So yeah, I'm glad that he's finding a rhythm and getting back into more of a groove than when he started out there. I know he had some times where he struggled a little bit, but he's playing a lot better basketball, shooting a lot better than he did. And they said that they started off slow this year, but he's been the guy to try to keep them above water. PJ is a guy that I watch. I watched Philly because they were just a team of mine. So I watched, all the old teams that I played with or for, and some of the guys that are in my position. And I know he's playing his defense. I just know offensively, he takes, a couple threes a game, maybe 2 or 3, and usually shoots about 40%. This year, I feel like he's a little less aggressive. Maybe that's just the system. They do have a lot of guys in that starting lineup, when healthy, that take a bulk of the shots. That's Tyrese, James, Tobias, and then it's him, and then Joel. So Joel is going to get shots, Tobias is going to get shots, Tyrese and James are going to get shots, and he's the guy that is there to do the defense and rebounding and scrappy stuff. So I do watch him, and I do root for him to continue to be successful, because I'm in the near future going to be him, and I want him as well as all the other older guys to prove that they still can do it at that age, and that it's worth paying those type of guys for 2 or 3 years.
Yep, for sure. Hey, I've been looking around the league too. You know who else has been in the league for a while, DJ? I didn't even realize this. Another Green, Jeff Green as well. He's been
Yes,
hooping for a good minute, and he's obviously been a serviceable player so far
for
for the
sure.
Denver Nuggets this year. So,
Him
yeah.
as well as Al Horford's been doing it for the old
Oh
guys,
my goodness, Al Horford, bruh.
balling out of control. He's the old guy and showing that look. He's been playing very well. He knows his role well. He's playing well. He's shooting well. And there's a lot of guys like that can still do that at that age. And that's kind of the guys I want to be that for my position for here in Memphis, and be able to play good defense, knock down shots, make key big clutch plays and winning plays, rebounds. And yeah, so there's a few guys that are doing it, and there's some guys that are still trying to find it. Instead, there's a lot of people on new teams this year and still figuring out their role, their rhythm, their chemistry with the guys they're playing with.
The one thing that is a consistent among all of those guys, which is part of the reason why they were able to get those deals or have been playing well as of recent or in their recent history, it's because the IQ too. Like I watch Kyle Lowry and I'm like, even if he's not the fastest person on the court, even if he's not shooting the best, it's like, dang, Kyle, just making all of these plays. Like,
He's gonna get
just
it
makes
done.
the older I've gotten, the more I appreciate a basketball player with high IQ. So the right decisions makes the whole team better on the offensive and defensive side of the ball. The one thing, Danny, that I am trying to work on is now that we are in the holiday season, I'm trying to get better with my entertainment selection. Before we get out of here, I need your help. So
All right.
I've been watching, there's one show that has gotten my attention and I'm so glad I'm tuned in. You ever seen White Lotus?
I've heard of it. It's on HBO, correct? I have not seen
it yet.
No, I have not watched it yet.
Danny, it's on the list. It's on the list. Like
I'll put it on the top list. It was on the list already for me, but it wasn't at the top. But since you haven't steered me wrong once yet. You've done a pretty decent job, even though you don't put out a lot of you don't throw a bunch out there, but you throw out some good quality
over quantity, baby.
So I'll put it at the higher part of the list. I'm kind of circling back. We actually House of Dragons, we did that. We did Handmaid's Tale, we did that. Manifest came out with a new season. We're gonna do that, but I think we're a little late on this one. We're doing Your Honor, so we're watching that one, which is a really good one as well. So if you haven't seen that, you should check it out.
I'll think about it. You know,
Have you seen the
I'm
Night
very
Of?
skeptical with the time I give up, my friend, with these shows.
I feel you're a busy man, big time man. But I mean,
No,
if you've seen,
it's not that. It's just that I hate mediocre TV, or I hate just above mediocre TV.
So I ever steered you wrong with the show?
I feel like you have. I feel
if you have to say
because you like to watch everything, bro. Which is there's nothing wrong with that.
True. But if there's a good show out there, I will tell you. If there's a good show out there, I'll tell you it's a good show. And have you seen The Night Of?
I have not seen The Night Of.
Oh, okay. So if you have, then you would know where I'm going with this. But if I tell you, I watch a lot of shows, and there's a lot of good ones out there, but this one is a good show, and I think you would like it.
Night Of.
The Night Of, and then Your Honor is the one. It's the same, I think, same producers, same directors, maybe, but it's got good camera scenes, angles, everything, and it has very mysterious type of it's a mystery vibe, and has some good stuff going on. Now, The Night Of, a lot of people didn't like the ending of it, but it still was a great all the way through. And this one, I haven't finished it yet, but this one is good too. Your Honor, and Bryan Cranston is in it. You've seen Breaking Bad, have you not?
Yeah, I love Breaking Bad. All right, I'll give it a chance. He's
the main character, so you got to watch it now.
Yeah, I got to watch it now. All right, fine. It's settled. I'll watch it. But before we get out of here, I also need your help with maybe the listening or viewing public need your help too. You know what's crazy though? I can't really think of any holiday movies that I watch. Like outside of Home Alone.
What about Halloween? You don't watch scary movies for Halloween?
Well, I'm focusing on this time of season. Yes.
Okay.
Christmas, holiday season,
Home Alone is top tier.
Yeah, of course. Yeah. But I can't think of anything else. Oh, I did see Christmas Story not too long ago with was it Billy Bob Thornton?
Oh, he's about Bad Santa?
Sorry, my bad. You see, that's how I don't be on top of it.
Yeah.
Bad Santa. That's how I don't be on top. I don't even know the name. Bad
Those
Santa
are
was pretty good.
Those are
So
the comedy
Home
ones.
Alone and Bad Santa is the only things that I've really watched that are holiday related that I can think of that I'd say that was a good watch. What you got? I know you must have holiday viewing options.
There is a new movie dropping soon. I think it's dropping for the holidays. It is a Santa movie. And I'm trying to remember the name of it or the call. Maybe Jed can help us out here. It is dropping soon, and he actually has reindeer. It's supposed to be like a comedy. It's like a Bad Santa.
You went to an advanced showing or something like that?
No, I haven't seen it yet, but it looks like it would be good.
I need I need recommendations, but I need people who've seen it, can verify it, and say it was good to go, and then I'll go.
Okay. Well, I'm just saying this is something to look forward to. It's not a Violent Night. That's what it's called. Jed got us again. That one looks like a good one, but there's not a bunch of great like Christmassy. There's some funny ones. You know, the one with Tim Allen that was Santa. There's Bad Santa. There are comedies. There's the old classics. There's Home Alone. I can't say it. There's Four Christmases. There's a lot of rom-coms to watch. I don't know if you're a rom-com type of guy.
I'm not here for the rom-coms.
That's why Bad Santa is and then now Violent Night. That's the one you need to see. Since you're a Bad Santa type of guy, Violent Night is the one you need to see.
All right. We'll give it a whirl. If you're listening, if you got a list of things that
I have a good one
watch for the holidays, go ahead, hit me.
There is one that is an old school, is a classic, and it's not very Christmassy, but just happened there are some Santas in this movie. And it has Ben Affleck in it and Charlize Theron in it. I don't know if I'm pronouncing names correctly or not. This is how I call them. I don't know them personally, but it gives me a lot of like what's the name vibes, like Quentin Tarantino vibes of when.
I sign up for anything close to Quentin Tarantino. I'll tell you that.
Have you seen the what's the name? The movie with
Reindeer Games?
No. Well, Reindeer Games is the name of this movie.
Okay, I'll watch it.
With
it down.
Charlize Theron. Then there's another one that is Quentin Tarantino movie. He has where they have Reservoir Dogs.
Oh, I've seen that, of course. Yeah, for sure.
Okay, just making sure. So like that kind of similarity of that, where it's not the same, but it's about little action, a little bit of shooting, a little bank robbing, some twists. So
okay,
I think you'll like that one.
That's my speed. I'll sign up for that one. And by the way, while we're talking about Quentin Tarantino,
it's a classic.
Movies, I have a new favorite movie of all time now, and it is Quentin Tarantino. It used to be The Departed, but now it has moved on to The Hateful Eight, which I know you've seen, right?
That is a great one.
The Hateful Eight is a great movie.
Immaculate. I don't know if that's the right word, but it's amazing.
Yeah, it's A1, my number one for sure. So
it's incredible. It's incredible.
Yeah, it's so good.
It's incredible. It's well put together. Storylines from different angles, different viewpoints. I love how he does that, man. With the Pulp Fiction, he has all those different scenes from different But Samuel Jackson, boy makes movies, man. The guy's funny as hell. So you gotta love that.
Did you see the clip of Samuel L. Jackson? They interviewed him about doing snakes on a plane.
I saw part of that interview.
Yeah, and then he said like they were going to change the title of the movie, and he said if you change the title of the movie, I'm not doing it, because he wanted to do a movie called Snakes on a Plane.
Because that movie to him it was catchy. Who the hell wouldn't want to see snakes on a plane? I want to see snakes on a plane. Yeah, I remember I saw part of that interview. Yeah, he's hilarious, man. But those are classic movies. Just Reindeer Gears is a classic, but. Yes, Hateful Eight is a great one.
Sad but true. Sad but true. You're gonna kill me for this one. I've never seen Snakes on a Plane.
I mean, I don't think
I'm sorry, I couldn't do it. I just couldn't do it.
I understand. I know you're not a fan of Snakes, but I don't think it was one of his best works either. But I feel like
it felt like everybody felt like they had to just go see it. It was like, all right, there's snakes on a plane. I gotta go. I gotta to see it.
Because of the liners, and some of the liners are corny, but they're just catchy. Some of them, you just have to see it for the reference points, pretty much. Okay.
I won't make time for that, but I'll make time for Reindeer Games, and I'll make time for Night Of. I'll come back with my review in a week or two.
and then Your Honor after the night of. That's the next series.
Let's get to these first. Let's evaluate, and then we'll move from there.
For sure.
But I appreciate the references, my friend. I need some more things to watch. College football season's coming to a wrap now, so I got one less sport that I need to watch. So we got a little bit more time.
Anytime, my dog.
With that being said, I won't be watching North Carolina basketball win any games anytime soon. Apparently.
Oh man, here we go.
Story. That's another story for another day. It's been a great show.
We had some close show. We had some close ones, man. You know what I'm saying? A couple overtime games, but they're gonna bounce back. This builds character. We lose now, it's cool. We end of the year, that's when we want to be our best. Right now, it doesn't really matter. You know what I'm saying? Eventually, it's gonna happen. But I think these losses will take some learning lessons. But we're gonna be all right, bro. We're good. We're good.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, it happens to everybody. You can't win them all. No undefeated season. With that being said, it was a pleasure, my friend. Nice to have you back in New York. Yes, I will be in Jed. We'll probably be in Memphis sooner than later. As soon as you give us that return date, we'll be there. We'll bring the whole crew with us. We'll make it a thing.
Yeah.
But until then,
no choice, man. Until then, read, rate, subscribe, review. Thanks for listening, people. Happy holidays. I hope you had a great Thanksgiving.
Shout out to Danny's neighbor who listens.
Yeah, shout out to my coaching staff who listens. It's crazy. We have some new listeners tuning in. It's amazing. But
your coaching staff listens?
Yeah, some of them.
With
Sonia, one of our assistant coaches, one of our female assistant coaches, Sonia, she listens, and she's always randomly throwing I'm trying to remember some of the stuff. She randomly throws out random comments or questions. I'm like, what? She's talking about the pod. She's like, oh, questions. I guess she forgets that we air it, later, earlier in the week, and she asked me later. But she randomly throws out random comments. She's like, oh, listen to the pod. Oh, so you're getting this? So you're gonna play this one on December 15th, huh? You playing some Mariah Carey? She'll just run up Mariah Carey, huh? Oh yeah, Mariah Carey. Yeah,
I can't wait for that one. That's gonna be good.
Yeah, man. Shout out to the new listeners, the neighbor, my coaching staff, everybody that's tuning in. We appreciate you guys. Merry Christmas, happy holidays. Happy New Year. We'll see you before then, but enjoy the holidays and hope to see you guys soon.
Yep, indeed. Oh, wait, hold on. Wait, last one. Did you have you had a Thanksgiving meal though, right?
I did. We don't want to discuss that, but I did have a Thanksgiving meal. I shared with wifey and the brother-in-law. We didn't cook. Okay. We should have got a chef, but we ended up ordering some food to be brought and to pick up to the house and had a couple meals there. Surprisingly enough, there are some. Did it include turkey? Places, yes.
Okay. All right. Just want to make sure.
Yes.
And are you okay? And I thought we were gonna go, but now we have to discuss this. Are you one of those people who's anti-turkey?
No, I'm not anti-turkey.
Okay. See that?
I'm not anti any food, man. I eat all food. That's where we're
friends. That's where we're friends.
But yes, we had a meal. We shared a meal. It was cool. It wasn't the most planned out. Luckily for this day and age, not everything's closed anymore, so you can order food or get food other places and go out to eat, where people don't have to cook anymore. They're forced to cook. But yes, we shared a meal. It was okay, but wifey did a good job of planning ahead and making sure we had some food at least.
I would say, I don't know where all of you people have come from. You people who are all of a sudden against turkey. I don't remember y'all when I was 15 years younger, 20 years younger.
Yeah, vegan wasn't a thing.
There's a rebellious contingent of people who are uprising and having this big anti-turkey slander that's going on. We need to stop. All right.
Well, 30 years ago, man,
once a year. Just be happy with it.
Yeah, man. 30 years ago, we weren't that healthy. There weren't many vegans, there weren't any pescatarians. We didn't have all that back then. 30 years ago, bro.
Ridiculous.
A lot changes in 30 years.
All of a sudden, turkey doesn't taste good anymore. All of a sudden, bro. We all had turkey growing up for Thanksgiving, and all of a sudden, everybody hates turkey. What is going on? I don't think they
hate it because it tastes bad. I think they just don't like other effects of it.
All of a sudden, turkey is dry.
They're not cooking it right.
Yeah, exactly. Get you a better chef, and you'd like turkey. All right.
There you go.
God damn. All right. I'm sorry. Standing up for all my friends of turkey on Thanksgiving. It's ridiculous. I can't.
They appreciate you. I appreciate you. Rate, subscribe, review, man.
Yes.
Happy holidays. Merry Christmas. We'll see y'all soon.
That actually got me upset. It's the first time on shot. I got upset.
Love your turkey. We get it.
Yeah. Peace, y'all.